We've made a lot of videos about robberies on our channel, like this, or this, and many others. But today we want to talk about a robbery that's way bigger than these, and these are nothing compared to that. A pyramid scheme, a company that steals money. Before we talk about multi-level marketing businesses, we have to know Bernie Madoff. He's the king of multi-level marketing, and he scammed people for multiple years. Bernie was born on April 29, 1938 in New York City. We have to know the time he was born, the US was going through the Great Depression, and at that time, even buying bread was a hassle. Bernie grew up in a poor family in one of the worst times in US history, but he would always tell himself he needs to get rich. Time passes and we get to the 1960s, and that's when the US economy is kind of booming, and Bernie is reaching his goal of getting rich. In those years, he successfully gets a $50,000 loan, and he starts a company by the name of Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities LLC. The name was way bigger than the investment. This was basically an investment company, and he would tell people to come invest with us. We buy stocks at the right time and sell them at the right time, so you make the most amount of profit. In this case, we make our money and you guys profit. Bernie starts off strong. He buys good stocks and gives out good profit to the customers, and this makes him a little famous around New York. In the year 1971, Bernie, with the help of a few people, starts NASDAQ. If you don't know what NASDAQ is, it's the second biggest stock market next to New York Stock Exchange. He doesn't seem too bad right now. He made money for the investors, and he helped create the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. So he doesn't seem like a scammer. But until now. In the year 1992, private investigators were fishy about Bernie. They were skeptical because everybody that invested would make a profit. And that's why they started to investigate him. After a few years, they realized that he's a con artist, but they had no proof to actually arrest him. In this place, if you had a microscope and you could zoom in into this company, you would realize that this is a pyramid scheme company. His pyramid scheme worked like this. You invest with us, and after 90 days, you would make a 50% profit. And that means the original money you invested is not touched. The people that invest in this bank and after 90 days make 50% back, they tell all their friends and family to come bring your money and invest it here. You make 50% in 90 days. With this strategy, this company starts off strong. You keep getting new money, keep half of it, and give half of it to the old investors. It's good to know that there is no profit in a pyramid scheme, except the person in the tippity top, and all the money eventually goes to him. All the money belongs to the people. A pyramid scheme easily gives the profit to the people, but if all the investors want their money all at once, that's when there is no money left. Anybody that wanted to take their money out and leave the bank, the employees of the bank would try to keep him there, and they would even give them better deals, like if you keep your money here, we'll give you 60% profit in 90 days. This would cause the company to grow even more. Without knowing, people were losing a lot of money, and it would continue. But something happens that Bernie didn't even think of. 2008 Great Recession that caused a lot of investors to want their money back. The people that wanted their money back added up to $7 billion. This was just a percentage of the investors. It's good to know that people want $7 billion, but Bernie only has about $300 million because he used the money to give the old investors their profit. The company was getting exposed more and more. The people that wanted their money but weren't allowed to, would tell the other investors to go get your money. This company is a scam. And that is why a lot more people go to the bank to get their money out. And that's when they realize $65 billion of people's money is nowhere to be found. But he only has 300 million of it. Bernie had two sons by the name of Andrew and Mark Madoff. These two thought their father was a stand-up and good businessman, and they were very proud of him. When this happened, it didn't even take 1 year for their sons to be devastated. When Mark realized what happened, he soon committed suicide. And Andrew got very sick, and in the hospital, they realized that he has lymphoma, and he soon dies because of it. Bernie and his wife realized that everything in their life is falling apart, especially their children. Do you know what he said when they arrested him? He says, "I was surprised that I'm doing this for more than 30 years, but you guys just caught me, and that was with the help of the Great Recession." Either way, $65 billion of people's money was nowhere to be found because it didn't exist, and there was very little amount left in Bernie's hands. Basically, on December 11, 2008, because of scamming or Ponzi scheme, Bernie got 150 years in prison. He was 71 years old when he entered prison. In the year 2158, at the age of 221, he can be released from prison. Bernie was the biggest scam artist, managed the biggest pyramid scheme, and he was able to scam people for $65 billion. Unfortunately, he couldn't do 150 years because on April 14, 2021, he died in prison. It's good to tell you guys that there is no free money anywhere. If they tell you to invest here and you make this much profit easily, just know that it's a scam. Pyramid schemes are scam. Gold Quest, or with the new name QNet, is a scam. And it's good to know that QNet is very much active and their headquarters is in Hong Kong. They can't prove that this is a scam and a pyramid scheme. Only time could tell. The first country that recognized QNet as a scam company and they made it illegal for that company to work in their country was India. But it seems like they don't care because they're very much active in a lot of different countries.